The night held no solace for Michael. As night fell, Michael quickly slid into the back of the station wagon, covered himself with what he could, and attempted to pretend the world was quiet and peaceful. It didn't work. What sleep came was furtive at best, the sounds of the undead in the distance unceasing even in the early hours of the morning. What sleep Michael was able to get was laced with memory of times better past. In one dream, Michael remembered a time when he and his father camped out under the night sky, sleeping in the back of a similar car, watching the night sky with a cheap telescope. Even at a young 20 years old, that night was one of memory. 1986, the year of Halley's Comet, an omen of disaster in times of old, an astronomical superstar to modern enlightened man. The reports that year indicated this was the worst viewing circumstances in the past 2,000 years. Most thought nothing of it. By a strange circumstance, the same year saw some strange developments at a secret government compound located in Knox Country, Kentucky. At this point in time, the Soviet Union had not yet dissolved, and the United States was doing its utmost best to develop weapons to win against the Red Menace. While the U.S. signed the Biological Weapons Convention back in '72, and that didn't stop the nation, or at least certain groups within the nation, from continuing developments. 1986, a significant year. Hello everybody, welcome back to Project Zomboid. We continue our game where we left off last time, where our protagonist is currently in the vehicle here. Although if I remember correctly, yeah, I don't know why we have a corpse, but let's go ahead and just pull the corpse out. Today our objective is to find a more permanent place to stay, or at least get a safe house set up. Let's go ahead and get out of said vehicle. Thanks in part to the pure trauma of the previous few days, Michael did not even realize until waking this morning that he had spent the entire night with the vehicle's previous owner, under their watchful yet now ever silent gaze. Thankfully, he was no more squeamish at being around the dead in this day and age who would be, but hopefully some measure of respect could be made. So, leaving his station wagon behind, let's go ahead and take a look at these other vehicles real quick. With the morning light bright in his face, Michael begins searching the nearby cars, only to find not much, and not having much luck getting access to most of them as well. No zombies that I can see immediately. Well, a couple zombies down to the south there. Let's try over here. Empty gas can. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, that's the front of the vehicle. Hey, zombies. Interesting. We don't have... Oh, wait a second. Yep, there we go. We don't have that. Let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Anything in the trunk? Let's go and loot everything. So, let's go down here and take a look at these zombies and see if we can get them out of the way. Michael begins to head towards the south, looking at the nearby shack, I guess you would call it, finding a few zombies. He thinks to himself, wondering if he will be able to take just a couple of zombies, if he can only grab their attention. Equipping both hands. I got a zombie there as well. As Michael moves a little closer, he thinks to himself that he might be able to take the two if he could pull one off. But now that there are three, he's unsure. Hey dudes, duders. Really weary. Well, let's go ahead and walk around. Hungry, agitated, and thirsty. Let's go ahead and walk back this way real quick. Let's get back over to our vehicle. Walking back to the station wagon, Michael thought to himself that this just sort of proves how bad the situation is. Here he is, currently existing out of the back of a station wagon, trying to eat what he can, drink what he can, in fear for his life, from just a few meters away. Just gonna put that on the ground for now. Anything in the sack? No. Just gonna put that on the ground. Shifting items from his inventory into an old garbage bag and a sack, bouncing back and forth between the different sections of the vehicle. He thinks to himself, there has to be a better way. There has to be something easier than this. That being said, he comes to the decision that it's time to go out searching for a more permanent home. We are satiated. Good. Alright, before we take off... Nope. I do want to go ahead and take off. With a turn of the key, the station wagon's engine turns over reassuredly. Hopefully, this vehicle will get him through at least the next brief period of time. He plans on making a trip through town. He expects there'll be quite a larger number of zombies, but it's on the other side of town where a lot of the good property lies. And he thinks going to there will give him the best chance in finding a good house to occupy and set up a more permanent way of life. We can get around him this way. Have to obey the correct driving laws. Alright, we're going to avoid most of this for now. Downtown. And run down. Okay. And through town we go. Alright, we got a number of vehicles. Yep. This is more of the residential section here. Michael turns east, striking one of the undead as he drives down the road. In the distance, he sees his objective. He had been thinking about it for some time, but there was some much sturdier fencing located on the east part of town. This is kind of what I was looking for here. These fences, if I am remembering what I've learned from others, these fences are... Ooh, that's all boarded up. That's nice. Zombies can't break them down. After passing just a couple of houses and seeing one of them boarded up, Michael thinks now is a good time to stop. So finding one of these houses, it's time that we do some initial investigation. As Michael looks in, he doesn't see any zombies off the bat, but the sounds of pounding coming from somewhere has him on edge. Peeking around the corner, he sees nothing. No current signs of zombies in any of the locations. Let's not cut straight. I think they're in there. At least one zombie, I think, is in the garage. Testing his luck, Michael moves up to the garage door and begins to lift, finding that it's locked. Okay. Similarly, he heads to the front door and finds that the door itself has been opened. Front door is unlocked. Let's keep that in mind. As Michael goes to check a window, a sudden sound startles him. Somebody's screaming. That's not good. The sounds of a fellow survivor eking out their last moments terrifies Michael to no end. I don't know where they're at, or I might be able to try and help them. The sounds, he is certain, will alert other nearby undead. Although how many he can't say. We don't have anything there. Ah! Finding a key in the glove box, Michael tries to turn the engine over, only to find not much luck. Alright. Let's go ahead and get back out of here. As the pounding continues, Michael begins to search for additional methods into the house. Alright. Let's rush around back. Not knowing if the sounds from the zombies come from the inside, Michael's hopeful, very hopeful, that he'll be able to search and loot this house without interference from the undead. Alright, so that door is... As Michael nears the back of the house, a sudden sound startles him. The zombies are through. What broke where? What broke where? Something broke. Fearing the worst, Michael heads to the front of the house to look into the front door, and what does he find? Holy crap, okay, not there. A venerable horde of zombies. For a brief moment, Michael entertains the idea of opening the front door to allow the horde to escape and clear the house out, then relents. Well, they're gonna break that door down, so let's, move a bit. Let's get out of the way. Deciding that discretion is the better part of valor, Michael heads around the next house in the row, taking a quick sweep of the exterior, looking for any zombies, hopeful that this house doesn't contain a horde like the previous. Don't see anything so far. Alright. Let's see if the front door.
With the garage and front door firmly secured, Michael heads to the first window of the living room area and proceeds to find it completely unlocked and available for access. Climbing through, Michael listens intently.
Close window. Close curtains. Close these curtains. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab that. Electricity for beginners. And a flashlight may be helpful.
While the eyes of Michael are quite good, he suspects that having a portable light source in the future may be quite beneficial. As he continues looking around, Michael heads through the laundry room into the garage looking for tools, hopeful to find something.
Alright. Let's grab the nails. Box of nails. Okay, sledgehammer. I actually kind of want that as a weapon, truthfully.
Holding the sledgehammer in two hands, Michael's mind, for some reason, goes to Peter Gabriel.
I got plenty of carrying capacity. Thread shouldn't take anything. Don't need paint.
With the sound of the door of the other house breaking, Michael knows it's time to be careful.
So I think they broke out. Yeah, they broke out of that front door.
Weary, but with a new weapon in hand, Michael makes a decision. It's time to get some practice in with this new sledgehammer.
Let's equip this guy in both hands.
Unsure what he'll find, Michael heads to the garage door, opens it, and looks out, only to find 3 of the zombies. Emboldened with new weapon in hand, Michael heads out to see if he can eliminate the threat.
Gentlemen, ladies, zombies of all ages.
Crouching and jogging while keeping the hedges between them, Michael broadly cuts around, and it grabs the attention of one of the undead. Backing away, he raises his hammer, waiting for the enemy to approach.
Alright, here we go. The first contestant own.
Swinging the sledgehammer, Michael thinks to himself he probably would not make a good game show host.
Oh, that sledgehammer is actually pretty nice. And I think I want to go down and take a look at that. Okay, that is pretty moderate exhaustion.
The poor sleep that Michael got from sleeping in a car the night prior, in combination with the surge of adrenaline from fighting the zombies and swinging his newfound lump of metal, Michael finds himself incredibly exhausted.
Sit on ground. Tired. Yep, he did not sleep well overnight.
Tiredly standing up, exhaustion gripping his bones, Michael thinks of the absurdity that has become his life in this moment.
Come on.
Drawing one of the zombies away, he attempts to do what he did with the prior, swinging his hammer, striking him in the head, and putting them
Come on.
to permanent rest.
Alright. Man, swinging that sledgehammer is a work.
Confidence growing in his abilities, Michael lures the final zombie out to strike them down as before. While a confident blow drives the zombie to the ground, a subtle mistake nearly trips Michael up, and if not for some quick placement,
Stomp!
would have caused potentially the end of Michael's life.
Stomp her head. Let's grab that magazine. Alright. Let's get inside here and see if we can actually hole up for a while.
Having re-entered the house, Michael can't but notice the sound of a groaning or moaning undead nearby. It sounds like it may be coming from upstairs. Making a quick sweep of the downstairs, Michael confirms to himself he doesn't see any zombies.
Again, we're going to keep that in there for now. Alright. It may not be safe.
With the decision made, Michael heads upstairs.
But seeing as how I haven't heard anything from upstairs, we're going to go investigate and maybe get to sleep in an actual bed.
Upon getting to the second floor, the sight of all of the different doors being open, along with a louder sound of the undead, really concerns Michael. Quietly he walks from door to door, shutting everything to make sure no one sneaks up on him.
Be very, very quiet.
Last door shut, Michael heads back to the first room to begin a check for the undead.
I think there's someone in here.
Michael quietly approaches the door to the master suite bathroom and opens it to find it empty.
Let's sneak around a little bit.
With the sights of the accommodations in this house, Michael grows more hopeful that he'll be able to find a place to put up a more permanent residence.
Yeah, there's definitely a zombie up here somewhere. Sit on the ground. I'm wondering if we could actually set this place up. And if I can find a hammer, I got a sledgehammer, we can destroy the stairs and make a second floor impenetrable.
With a bit of rest behind him, Michael proceeds to make the decision and head first to check a closet, but then to head outside to check the one room. Opening the door, he finds...
Ha!
The sight of a zombie in a child's room chills the soul of Michael. There's no sign of the child occupant of the former house, but Michael has to assume that the undead before him is most likely one of the parents of the child.
Okay. Let's...
Not having seen any undead children in the apocalypse, Michael has to fear for the worst. That the child's own parents may have killed them.
Oh, we got a hammer. We have a hammer. That's good. Okay, no zombies in here. And let's check the one last room.
Finding no zombies in the final room of the house, Michael closes the curtains and then makes the decision that as exhausted as he is, it's finally time to get some sleep.
Let's go and grab that. It is time to sleep. And so with an exhausting day, not knowing the time, Michael Wilhelm drifts off to sleep to restore his exhaustion.